Alright, this is going to be the axle. Even though I have one on order, I'm taking this out of the Dodge or the Cheating Challenger because I have a couple of aluminum. They call these crown gears in slot car racing. These are made out of aluminum. I could not find them in a harder material. And then there's a couple of pinion gears. They allegedly fit a 130 size motor. And I have a couple of other plastic gears and a couple of other plastic gears. These happen to be out of a, if I remember correctly, the WL Toys. I forget. Anyway, it's a little rally car, 124 scale, or maybe the 128 scale. I forget the names of them. One of them's an A242. I don't remember the name of the other one. K989 or some shit like that. But these gears here happen to mesh with these slot car gears. They feel real nice when I roll them in my fingers. And I also have two other gears. This one here is what's called a sidewinder gear. It may be hard to tell there, but it's a sidewinder gear, so the motor kind of sits off on an angle. I doubt I'm going to use that. And here is another option. That simply means with this particular gear, I can run a motor in line like so, if you were looking at it like this, versus a sidewinder kind of sits off at an angle. So inline is going to be like that, and then there's another type of motor where it sits on top. And that's what these gears here do. They're pretty much an inline type gear where it would sit back here. This motor here is off one of my old helicopters. It's a tail motor for the V913. I no longer have that helicopter, but I do have a few extra tail motors from it that are still functional. Very torquey motor. I think the motor shaft on this is too small, and plus the gear that's on this does not work with any of these two or any of these two. So it's just kind of did brainstorm, get some ideas. As for right now, it appears this shaft, even though I have one on order, is 3/32 of an inch. I think that's approximately 2.4 millimeters, maybe 2.5 millimeters. I could be measuring it wrong, and I think that's what the hole opening is for those crown gears right there. And plus these little jokers have a little Allen in here to lock it against the shaft, so you'll have to put a little flat spot in there. The tires are ordered are 8/100ths of an inch. Well, basically, for the sake of argument, they're almost 1 inch in width. So we place that there. So we got basically 3 inches between 8 and 11. Right? And it just wants to roll away. So the tires I'm going to use are almost 1 inch in width from here to here and from here to here. That leaves me 1 inch to figure out a motor and a gear, which is fine. I think we can make it happen. And I'm going to use as much of this Challenger as I can. I got some bearings on order too. I'm not sure the bearings I have on hand will fit, but I'm going to make as much of this happen as I can with the parts available on hand, because it's always cheaper and less time consuming to make this kind of stuff happen.